It is 4 a.m. at a rave in an Ibiza club, and a young lad is being carried out by two friends holding him up either side, and a security guard after feeling unwell. The event is the first one hosted by NRG Raves since the company held a 3-day festival in Tenerife, which teenager Jay Slater attended before going missing on the island through the night. We were pressured into buying drugs, including one substance that the dealer acknowledged can be risky, and pressured to carry on the party afterwards with people we have just met, with ravers insisting the party can't end yet. Just like Jay, one raver even ended up in a remote villa with strangers he met that night after deciding to go back to party with them. He had been seshing for 5 days straight, took 6 MDMA pills that night, and ended up having to carefully walk down the gravelly mountain path the next day when taxis refused to go there to collect him. He admitted it was very dangerous but said, "It seemed like a good idea at the time." Ravers insisted heavy bass music like this was made for people to take drugs with, and that they would have a good time no matter what. They reckoned Jay's disappearance was down to him either being with the wrong crowd or not being able to handle the drugs he may have taken. To him, the dark venue, lit up only by the heavy strobe lighting, was packed with teens and 20-somethings stumbling around wearing sports gear or skimpy outfits and sunglasses. A trip to the gents was often met with a queue for the cubicles, from which heavy sniffs could be heard. Security to enter the venue was a light bag search. But it took just half an hour from entering the venue for a dealer to offer the Sun's reporter within minutes of being out in the smoking area. One man and his mate in shorts and a t-shirt, who boasted of having just done ketamine, approached us asking first how our night was going and how long we had been on the island. It seemed like a friendly chat at first before, when we were firmly in conversation with them, we were asked if we were on anything or wanted anything. "You're not taking anything?" the dealer said in disbelief with a shocked expression. "Nah, we need to fix that." He insisted MDMA was perfect for this night, before offering super-strength Snapchat pills. They were being sold for PS15 PS5 more than the usual price, and we were told they were guaranteed to give us a good time. Leaning against the wall and shaking his head as we explained we weren't taking anything tonight, he insisted, "You can't come to an event like this and listen to this music and not get on it. What do you want? Pills? Coke? I'll sort you out easily. I'll look after you, anything you want." "Get some pills, man. These ones make you feel so good." "I can get you a good deal on them, but if you want it you'll have to tell me what you want in the next 15 minutes or it's gone." Telling him we would think about it, he replied, "You should just do whatever and get on it. Don't worry about anything. You come to these places to get off your face and have the best time." Elsewhere in the smoking area were sunburnt Brits who were seemingly unable to stop moving, with clattering jaws, wide pupils and conversations about how big a sesh they were having on their holiday. "We're here to go all out. I've been drinking all day, now on cocaine and pills to see me through," one said. But there was a pressure to keep the night going even after the club rave had ended. Another dealer, after telling us he could get whatever we wanted, then asked, "What are you doing after tonight?" "I'm going to carry on back at mine." "You should come. The afters is where it is at. You don't want your night to end here?" One raver the following day described his night, a rave in Eden, 6 pills, a house party in the mountains after, and hope at 2 p.m. the next day. He responded, "Real talk, when we said, I'd be scared I was going to die," adding, "I had to walk down the mountain to get a taxi because Uber wouldn't collect in the heat." It was about a 15-minute walk in the mountain on a gravel path in 30-degree Fing heat. He said it was very dangerous, joking, 6 pills deep, tripping balls. "I have a high tolerance for pills, but if my life." The villa he went to was sprawling with 6 rooms, a pool, and a life-size zebra that nearly sent me over the edge. He went with 2 DJ strangers he met on the night and some others. He added, "It seemed like a great plan at the time." It had a strange and eerie similarity to how Jay Slater went missing. He spent the day at the festival in Tenerife before going back to a remote Airbnb with 2 strangers in the mountains miles from where he was staying. His last known location was the following day in the mountains, after he is said to have called his friend Lucy on 1% phone battery. But despite realizing the risks, the raver in Ibiza who ended up in the mountains said, "It was a fantastic." A dealer later bragged about a separate girl who approached him, She was asking me if I had any coke to sell her. I did, but obviously I just said, only if I can come back and sniff it with you in your room. This attitude to meeting random people to go home with, for sex or otherwise, was rife, with another raver saying, "These places are great, shag whoever you want, meet random sound people, and go back after to do lines, just go wild." And many seemed to dismiss Jay's disappearance as something that wouldn't happen to them. One said, "It sounds like he just couldn't handle your drugs. Everyone comes to events like this and does drugs, but you have to be careful. He probably took too much, and I heard he went off with strangers without his phone charged, which was stupid. He got himself into trouble. You have to be careful." Another said, "No idea what might have happened to the kid. He must have just gone off in a bad state, and maybe with the wrong crowd. He left his friends, which happens at events like these, but it's safer to stick with your group and look out for each other." The techno rave Jay went to, hosted by NRG, was the first to take place on the island of Tenerife and promised to be an electrifying 3-day weekender. But after raver Jay disappeared from the event, a more sinister side of the festival has been uncovered. Partygoers have said there were dark vibes around the rave, with the energy so wrong. NRG, standing for New Rave Generation, but is also a name for B-class party drug naphorone, or NRG1. The white powder, which is snorted or swallowed in wraps of paper, gives takers feelings of euphoria, talkativeness, and alertness, according to drug information group Talk to Frank. A video was released showing Jay with his black sunglasses on his head as he pushes his way through a crowd of spaced-out partygoers. He appears to be alone as he looks around the club with music thumbing and strobe lights around him. Tickets to the NRG Tenerife event went on sale in January, costing just over PS $250. Organizers said there were already over 2,000 people on the ticket waiting list before they were officially released. They are now facing heavy criticism on their Instagram account after they failed to post an appeal to find missing Jay to their 25,600 followers in the days after he vanished. The NRG Instagram account released a video with a caption thanking partygoers for an unreal weekend on the day Jay was reported missing. One outraged partygoer said, "The fact you haven't even posted the boy who attended your festival is ridiculous, knowing how many followers you have in Tenerife right now." Another said, "Missing boy Jai who attended this festival. This should be all over you account, sick." And added, "Post about the missing 19-year-old boy after he attended your festival." The company released a statement about Jay's disappearance 5 days later, on Friday, 21st June, and said it had been supporting members of Jay's family. It said, "Despite the widespread coverage and hard work of the local authorities and volunteers involved in the search, at the time of posting Jay has not yet been found. That such a devastating situation has arisen has deeply affected us all. We have been able to give some practical support to the members of Jay's family, who have come to Tenerife in such difficult circumstances, and we are inspired by the resilience and determination. Ravers can already sign up to NRG Tenerife Weekender 2025 with information about the lineup and presale due to be released soon." The 19-year-old Brit had flown to Tenerife with some pals to attend the event, which kicked off on the island on 14 June, with attendees enjoying beach, pool and boat parties as well as day and night raves.